Well, I'm about an hour's trek inside the canyon. That's the place that's probably Ula and mine's favorite place here in the Quebrada de la Conchas. And I've come here because this morning when I woke up, the thought that was running through my mind was entering the temple, entering the temple. And I've had this feeling about the temple and entering the temple space. And when we decided to come here, I thought, oh yes, I know where I'm going. I'm going, I'm going to this place in the back, far in the back, past everything else, where there's kind of a hidden entrance into a hidden canyon. Say hidden. Lots of people probably come here. I don't see them, but maybe they do. And so I wanted to go there. I wanted to enter the temple space. So I had to take a long trek, an hour's trek to get here, and to come to this place that I've been to a couple of times before. But I guess what I wanted was to walk through the entrance and enter into the space, a special space. It's kind of enclosed, much more enclosed than the other places here. So that's the experience I've come here for, and of course it's in one sense I'm acting this out on the physical plane. I'm here on the earth acting this out. The earth in a way becomes the stage for connecting to something deeper. So my idea of entering the temple, at the first level is that it's entering a place on the earth. Maybe any place on the earth that you choose to make a temple is your temple. But I chose today to make this place my temple, so to speak. And the other thing that's been going through my mind that's been so important for this is to understand the concept of temple here is not being like traditional historic temples, not a place that encloses a certain ideology or a certain religion, or a place that maintains a certain narrative, because I think those kinds of temple spaces are kind of superimposing something on you. You go into that space to leave your ordinary world and to enter into the narrative, the belief system of what that temple is built for. And to me, then, that kind of a temple and that kind of a space, it's a bubble of a limited reality. You may really like the reality that's in there, and it may be very helpful to you. But in fact, it always involves some kind of limitation, some kind of enclosure. And being there is about connecting to that. But I've been thinking differently about the temple space that I'm talking about entering. And for me, the temple space that I'm entering, in the etheric world looks like a sphere. It's a sphere. So it doesn't have any architecture other than the sacred space of a sphere. And what I'm experiencing entering the space of that temple is that it's a space that imposes nothing, that doesn't have a narrative, that doesn't have anything other than offering you the opportunity to open yourself with whatever it is that you bring with you, to move that to the next higher level. So if you come in with a kind of a bubble of a limited reality about what your life is like or what your belief system is, going into this temple is about finding your way to something outside that bubble, to go to the next higher one. So in my mind, I've been calling this a temple of the greater truth. Whatever it is that you bring this temple space is there for you to find your way to something which is greater, that is a greater truth than what you bring. And so it's a temple space of a process, I guess, a process of coming to greater truth. And for me, being here, nature is supportive of that because I don't find nature superimposing any narrative on the world. I don't find nature holding on to anything. You can look at nature and um, understand it in different ways. It's really up to you. It's open ended. And so it's, for me, maybe say it's a catalyst. It's a catalyst for moving into that space where what I'm looking for, what I'm searching for, what's coming forth in me is to step into the space of the greater truth, to the greater truth, to move beyond my limitations, to release my bubbles of limited reality, and to move into the space that is the next step for me. For me, today, the earth is my temple of the greater truth here in the Quebrada de la Conchas.